quick. Is there any way that I can edit the title while I'm on live? This shit is giving me a run for my money, cuz I ain't even gonna lie to you. This shit is crazy. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. What's up, West Philly tour? What up? My apologies for the live, man. I've been trying to transition my lives over to YouTube, like directly through the app. But it's been giving me some trouble. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't know exactly what's going on. But regardless, we gonna make it happen. Coffee Plan, what up? Marissa, what up? Talk to me. What's on your mind? We got some things that we currently need to discuss going on in the boxing world. I'm gonna edit this title. We gonna get to work. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't really nothing to it. You feel what I mean? Just another day in the motherfucking building. Shout out to the nation. Shout out to the mob. Smoochie, she said, "Hey, haven't caught you in a while watching this Pro Box card." Yeah, I see it live, and I see there's a lot of people watching this. So Showbox definitely doing their thing. Shout out to Showbox, but this is my time. You feel me? This is my time, so I'ma always go live at this time. It is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So we gonna get to it. But apparently, like on my laptop, y'all, it don't let me. It don't let me go live. It don't let me go live directly through my laptop. It says I gotta download some type of streaming software and all this weird shit. Is like, bro, why do I gotta do that? Why do I have to do that? You feel what I mean? But we're about to edit the caption right now. We're gonna edit the title and then we're gonna get to work, man. So one of the things we're gonna talk about today is Shakur Stevenson's new opponent being Josh Padley. We're gonna talk about his record and exactly what he does. How he matches up with Shakur Stevenson in all honesty. We're gonna talk about Boots and Stanionis facing off for the first time. And then we're gonna get into some open boxing topics, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. We got 9 people in the building, man. Let's get 9 likes. Let's get the algorithm on the up so the people know that Mazuma TV is live. If y'all able to do that, that'd be very much appreciated. You see what I'm saying? See that Shakur Stevenson is facing a lot of criticism. I see a lot of people are excited about this Jaron Ennis and Stani Onis fight. And I'm seeing a lot of people picking Stani Onis. You see what I'm saying? Now that might be something that won't be admitted after the fight, after Boost do what he do, in my opinion. But for the time being, at this very moment, there's a lot of people that's optimistic in Stanionis' abilities to defeat Jaron Ennis. So we definitely gonna talk about that. And if y'all know Mazuma TV, y'all already know what time it is. You already know who I'm rooting for. But let's get these likes up, man. 4 people? Nah, that's not enough. That's not enough. And one thing I want to say, man, is shout out to Mazuma TV Clips, man. Mazuma TV Clips over on TikTok, man. He's doing a phenomenal job helping push the channel. He's doing this just off of the love, man. You feel what I mean? This is something that motivates me each and every day to come on here and chop it up with y'all, man. Because there be days where I'm not feeling too motivated. I don't be want to come on here, but then I see the views, see the attention that the channel's getting, and bro, it's like it's phenomenal, bro. Like I wake up, I had a little slump with the subscribers and stuff like that, man. I was stuck on a certain amount of subscribers. I'm like, damn. And as a content creator, sometimes we plateau at certain points. So I'm like, damn, yo, like how the fuck I'm gonna get over this? Like how I'm gonna get past this point? And he posted a video on TikTok. I went and reposted it, put it on the live, and yo, bro, that shit blew up. That shit blew up, man. And as a result, I think my subscribers had jumped up from like 25, 39. Let me see where I'm at right now, man. Let me see where I'm at right now. So the current subscriber count that I got is 2566. You feel what I'm saying? So 2,566. Before that, I had 2539 and I was struggling getting to the 40 mark. You feel what I'm saying? So, yo, 31 subscribers. in the past 28 days, man. The watch time is going up, the viewership is going up. So I'm highly appreciative, man. I guess that's what consistency gives you, even when you're not motivated. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that's in the building. We gonna continue pushing this shit forward, man. This was a great morale booster, if we being honest. You feel what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. West Philly tour, Coffee Plant, Marissa Alvarez, Smoochie. What I already said West Philly tour. Pagat Petit. You feel what I'm saying? Boxing expert. What up? Yeah, man. For right now, man, I'm not really fucking with StreamYard. I'm gonna go on StreamYard sometimes. You know what I mean? It is the more simple uh streaming service. But I think I just got to get used to this YouTube shit, man. That's all. For some reason, it wasn't allowing me to. Uh, for some reason, it wasn't allowing me to fucking go live through my laptop. So I'm going live to y'all through my phone right now. But it is what it is, man. Like I said, we gonna work this shit out and make it do what it do. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. What do y'all make? Since we 6 minutes in, we got 17 people. Let's get the likes up. Let's get double digit likes. Come on, man. Double digit likes. Let's get it going. Um, yeah, they taxed it for well, actually, I think they actually dropped the price in all honesty. I think it's at like 35 now. But even with 35, you know what I mean? That's a lot, my brother. Like that's a lot to be paying. Like that's more than Netflix. That's like I don't know if y'all service that good to be charging that much. And you know, when you don't pay or when you unsubscribe from their platform, then they want to start freezing your shit and all types of stuff, bro. Real weird behavior over there. You feel what I'm saying? But regardless, let's get into the boxing topics, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Now, let's talk about Shakur Stevenson's new opponent, Josh Padley, man. Now, a lot of y'all, if y'all be on social media, you see that Shakur Stevenson is getting a huge load of criticism right now. You see what I'm saying? For choosing Josh Padley. Now, this dude, Josh Padley, regardless of what y'all say, he is an undefeated fighter from the UK. And look, I don't know if Shakur Stevenson had full control over his opponent selection. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know exactly what the situation was. I don't know if it was, yo, would you fight this guy? He would say, yeah. And, you know, they ended up picking the opponents for him. I don't know what the situation was. And one thing I know for sure is that they're definitely picking the opponents for these guys on this show. And one reason why I know that is because Virgil Ortiz spoke out about the Xander Zayas situation. And they was like, yo, would you fight this guy? Virgil was like, yeah. Would you fight this guy? He said, yeah. So because he said, yeah, the multiple opponents, they ended up picking the one for him. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that was a situation that happened with Shakur Stevenson. I'm just guessing, though, making an assumption. It is what it is. West Philly Torres says he ain't choosing, but he can't help. He can't get these guys in the ring. The only person he dropped the ball with was Deb. Well, that's a totally different conversation, Tor, but I absolutely agree with you on that first part. You see what I'm saying? You know, him not choosing the opponent, and he can't help these guys get in the ring. You feel what I'm saying? I was discussing this yesterday. It takes two to make a fight happen. It takes two to get in the ring and make a fight happen. And you know, these guys aren't really optimistic about fighting them. You can see it all in their body language. You can see when they conduct their interviews. These guys are not interested in going up against that style. You feel what I'm saying? And Floyd Schofield, like I said, even though you know he signed the contract and he did all the talking, he still didn't show up to the fight. And I think that makes you look worse than somebody who is just not signing the contract at all. Let's keep it real. Like if somebody just ducking the fade, all right, man, they pussy. It is what it is. But when you sign and you talking all this big shit about what you're gonna do, how you gonna do it, you know what I mean? How you the greatest and all this shit, and then you pull out 4 days before the fight, it makes you look a lot worse than the guy who's ducking off of the rip. That's just my personal opinion. You see what I'm saying? So all that side of the way, man, Floyd Schofield and them, they can say whatever they want. You know, they at first they were saying Shakur Stevenson team poisoned his son, Kid Austin. Now he's coming out and saying that he can't blame Shakur for that. This dude is all over the place. He don't know what the fuck is going on. Now he's saying that, oh, well, maybe when we went to Saudi Arabia to get right with God and all this little pussy shit that Mama Schofield out here saying that we really not trying to hear for real. You feel what I'm saying? So Shakur Stevenson, he's him, you know, his team, you know, Eddie Hearn, all them dudes, they scrambling looking for an opponent. You feel what I'm saying? They scrambling looking for an opponent. And look, I've been in that situation from the amateurs to the pros where we've had fallouts happening that we scrambling trying to get a fight together for the fighter because we still want to get active. You know what I'm saying? And I see people talking about, oh, Shakur should have just, not fought at all instead of fighting guys like Josh Padley. This dude is an electrician. First of all, y'all niggas calling out these niggas for being electricians. Electricians on average make more money than a motherfucker like you. Let's just keep it 1,000. These electricians be making a shit ton of money. I remember there was a point in time where I was considering joining the union to be a wireman. And when I heard how much they make, shit, a lot of y'all niggas wish y'all had electrician salary, if we being honest. But that's just a way to get at Shakur Stevenson, man. A lot of these dudes not fans of Shakur Stevenson, so they looking for any way to criticize him. Uh, you feel what I mean? Uso Joe, what up, brother? I appreciate you tuning into the channel. We got 21 people in the building, man. Let's get 21 likes, man. Them 8 people be stingy with that like button, man. They act like that shit cost them or something. They act like they got a like limit or something. But let's talk about Josh Padley, man. Because I don't know too much about the dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of y'all don't know who Josh Padley is, but this is probably one of the best case scenarios for him. The fact that he was actually able to get an opponent on 4 days' notice is an amazing thing. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't, on these smaller events that we do out here in Philadelphia and stuff like that, it's nearly impossible to get an opponent. And it is what it is. But I guess when you got Turkey Al Sheik money, you can make a lot of shit happen. So Josh Padley, 15-0 with 4 knockouts out of the UK, Yorkshire, United Kingdom. From what I understand, he's 29 years old. He goes by the nickname Paddy. You see what I mean? Ranked 55 in the world and number 5 in the UK in his weight class, which is the lightweight division. And he has a 3 out of 5 star rating on BoxRec. You see what I mean? So one of his biggest wins that he has gotten throughout his career was his last fight, and his last fight took place in September of last year. So he's been a little bit more active than Shakur, and he fought an undefeated Mark Chamberlain. You see what I mean? I remember Mark Chamberlain getting a lot of publicity. You see what I mean? And even though he doesn't have the highest knockout ratio, Josh Padley, they actually dropped Mark Chamberlain. You know what I mean, in the fight in round 8, according to BoxRec. Uh, and the dude, I guess, he was deducted 1 point in round 9 for pushing. So I don't know. I guess that fight was getting a little bit rugged. But if when we looking over the guys that he's fought, he's put a lot of them down. You know what I mean? Might not be the best finisher, but obviously he got enough pop to put a motherfucker on his back pockets. You see what I mean? So does Josh Paddy have the best resume? Not necessarily, but he does have a 16-0 on his resume. He has a 6-0 on his resume. He has a 14-0 on his resume. So just looking at what Josh Padley does in his career, he's obviously not scared to take chances. He's not scared to take chances, man. So he's gotten in there with several undefeated fighters taking they O. So you gotta respect Josh Padley for that. And he's taking some big chances right now. Uh facing Shakur Stevenson. At the end of the day, it's really a win-win situation for Josh Padley because for one, I'm sure he's getting the biggest payday of his career. Two, he's fighting for the WBC lightweight title of the world. And three, if he puts on a great effort, it'll put him in more situations to, get uh good fights. You feel what I'm saying? The hobbyist, what does it say? The hobbyist? He says, do he deserve to be in there with Shakur? Um, Not necessarily, but considering the circumstances, I don't think it's necessarily about Josh Padley being deserving. It was just more of an issue of who the hell is Shakur Stevenson gonna fight? And he happened to be at the right place at the right time. You see what I mean? So is he the most worthy to fight Shakur Stevenson? Absolutely not. But you know, motherfuckers got desperate. Motherfuckers got desperate. You know what I'm saying? They looking for anybody that's credible enough to get in the ring with him. Cause look, like I said, Shakur Stevenson, these higher up fighters, these elite level fighters, they spend a lot of money during camp, man, and they trying to make that bread back. Shakur Stevenson just signed for a deal that what they saying, 5 million a fight? You don't think he want that 5 million when he gonna come home with at least 2.5, $2.7 million? Of course he wants to do that. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm sure he's spending thousands of dollars on, strength and conditioning coaches. I'm sure he's spending thousands of dollars on his boxing coaches. I'm sure he's spending thousands of dollars on sparring partners, going, traveling for camp. If he is going to camp, I'm sure he's renting a crib. Like, there's a lot of things that he's putting money into in hopes to get that return on investment after the fight. When he was setting up for Joe Cordina. He was in camp for Joe Cordina. He had to throw that shit away. And I'm sure the motherfucker don't got health insurance through his boxing promoter or anything like that. So he had to pay for the surgery out his own pocket. There's a lot of money going out the drain and not much money coming in terms of, fight purses. So Shakur Stevenson looking to rumble, man. What can we say? What can we say? He's had a series of unfortunate events, like I said. But they were able to get him an opponent, and I'm not gonna shit on him for fighting Josh Padley. That's just not gonna happen. How about shitting on Floyd Schofield, who put out 4 days before a fight? How about shitting on William Cepeda for acting like he wants the Shakur Stevenson fight, saying that he can't fight, and then sneaking behind Shakur Stevenson back to fight Tevin Farmer, and then about to do a rematch with Tevin Farmer in March? Why are we not criticizing them? Because they're the reasons why Shakur Stevenson isn't getting these big opportunities. That's the reality of the situation, y'all. I think we pointing and we criticizing the wrong motherfuckers, man. Criticize the motherfuckers who blatantly avoided Shakur Stevenson and not allowing Shakur Stevenson to get those meaningful fights. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my whole spiel on that situation, man. Josh Padley, I don't know much about him. Definitely gotta watch some fight footage and really get a proper assessment on who Josh Padley is. But shout out to him for taking the fight. He showed a whole lot of guts. You know what I'm saying? It's showing a whole lot of bravery on his part because he's ranked lower than a lot of these uh other contenders in the division, and they scared to jump in the fire. They scared to jump in the smoke. You see what I mean? So he's showing a lot of bravery. He's showing a lot of courage. And, do I think he beat Shakur Stevenson? I don't really think so. But then again, I haven't watched him fight. So I'm not going to sit here and judge him. But at the end of the day, Shakur Stevenson is a generational talent, in my opinion. And if Josh Padley was a generational talent, I'm sure I would have seen fights from him by now. I'm sure I would have seen other people picking him, but that's just not the case. So it is what it is, man. If we're gonna criticize anybody, please criticize the ones that's responsible for Shakur Stevenson having to pick Josh Padley. William Cepeda, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna throw no shade on Joe Cordina or anything like that. Shakur got injured, that's not his fault. Um, and Floyd Schofield. Floyd Schofield, man. Floyd Schofield done gave you every excuse in the book. And as far as I'm concerned, y'all motherfuckers hate excuses, right? Y'all hate seeing motherfuckers come up with excuses. Oh, you making excuses. Oh, well, Floyd Schofield is giving you a shit ton of excuses. So y'all need to hold him accountable just like y'all do when other motherfuckers make excuses and y'all not feeling it. You feel me? Boxer with 2-4, what up? Pedro, what up? The hobbyist says, bro, an injury is different than sickness. Who said that they was the same? What are you talking about? Who said that they was the same? I said you can't be mad at Joe Cordina. We can't criticize Joe Cordina because he was ready to fight. Shakur Stevenson tore a tendon in his hand. He had to go get surgery. So we can't be mad at Joe Cordina. We can't be mad at Shakur. It was just an unfortunate situation. I'm not criticizing either one of them for that situation. What are you talking about? An injury is different than a sickness. We know that. So what is we talking about? You saying Shakur got injured? That's not his fault. It's not his fault. What are you talking about? How we gonna get mad at Schofield because Schofield wasn't injured? As far as the motherfucker was fine just 2 days ago, and all of a sudden he's falling ill and all types of shit. You see what I'm saying? What are we talking about? How we gonna get mad at Schofield? How can't we get mad at Schofield? Schofield and the whole lead up to this fight was coming up with so many excuses. William Cepeda hurt his hand too. Well, he bounced back off of that hand injury pretty fucking fast to fight Tevin Farmer. He said he wasn't going to be available for this date. Go and fight Tevin Farmer in a rematch. How bad was his injury if Shakur Stevenson's fighting February 22nd and William Cepeda rumbling in March with Tevin Farmer? He's in camp as we speak. You see what I'm saying? I think Shakur had like a month left in camp before he got injured against Joe Cordina. Dudes fight sick or injured all the time. That's a fact. And coming from the boxing world and the little bit of time that I've had in boxing, I've always had some sort of problems. I always had some type of injury going into a fight, whether it's, a sore wrist, shoulder problems, shin splints. It's always some type of bullshit. Ankle tweaking a little bit from road work and stuff like that. Oscar De La Pase, what's going on, my brother? Shout out to Oscar De La Pase, man. That boy went ghost again, but he came back around. Shout out to my boy for coming through and showing love. I fuck with Oscar De La Pase. Heavy. Shout out to the boy. Kai, what up, baby? Black Caesar, Mike Golden, Robert Jenkins. He says, bruh, God has a sense of humor. Remember when I asked before Shakur even had a fight, what y'all think of Padley versus Shakur, and now the fight ended up getting made anyway? You actually said that? If you actually said that, that's fucking crazy. As a matter of fact, I think I do remember you alluding to that, but I don't remember if it was Padley. But regardless, if that's what you did, you a motherfucking prophet, Robert. Robert, you a prophet. Think I remember you say, yo, now that I think about it, I think you did say that. Yo, if that's the case, bro, you was a motherfucking prophet, Robert. No, no cap. Black Caesar said, I lost the amateur fight because I had a respiratory virus. No stamina. It is what it is. Get in there and scrap. Damn, dog. Like the doctor should have not cleared you then. How the fuck that happened? Because you get checked by a doctor before you compete. He should have known you had some type of respiratory issues and not cleared you. But that's real warrior shit, man. He said, he said, shout out to Southpaw TV. Oh, word. Yeah, now we gotta pack you up, big kid. Shout out to my boy Ralph for packing that boy up. Yeah, I mean, oh shit, you say you been getting to the money. How about the fights though, Oscar? You rumbling? What's going on? I know you had your amateur fight. What's going on? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, only Southpaw would shout himself out. That nigga is not that cool to be getting shouted out by people. You know what I mean? So that probably is Southpaw. I wouldn't doubt it. To shout Southpaw up, you gotta be a real dick rider. But I'm gonna give you guys a further analysis on Josh Padley tomorrow. You know what I mean? Since tomorrow's Thursday and it's gonna be 2 days away from the fight, the first 48. You feel what I mean? We're gonna come through and give you guys. I'm gonna give you guys my opinion on Josh Padley versus Shakur Stevenson. Another thing, and I didn't really announce this. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the fucking laptop as if you know what I'm saying. The laptop is where I'm talking to the people from. Uh, I'm gonna start doing a segment on Mazuma TV called "The Three Keys to Victory." Whenever we have a big fight coming up, I'm gonna discuss three ways that both fighters can win the fight. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do this at Pivot Boxing Academy in the ring. I'm gonna have somebody with me to, give you guys examples and things of that nature. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. That's an exciting project that uh I'm excited for this project. You feel what I'm saying? And that's something that's gonna be coming pretty soon, man. I'm really excited about that. Oscar De La Paz said, "Why you doing this type of live format? Because I don't fuck with Streamyard. Streamyard trying to charge motherfuckers $45 a month. You know what I'm saying? The live stream they dropped the price to 35, but even then, it's still um unreasonable. You know what I mean? And then for the problems that I get dealing with Streamyard, you know what I mean? It's not worth it. You know what I mean? So this gonna be my little protest, man. They need to come. They need to come correct. You know what I mean? They need to go back to what they was charging previously. You feel what I'm saying? You call me cheap, but call me whatever the fuck you want, but I ain't nobody that's gonna be getting hustled for bullshit product. You feel what I mean? So that's all I really gotta say about that. Nigga Coffee said StreamYard K. That's hilarious. Yeah, J Cash, fuck StreamYard, man. Y'all niggas gonna have to drop them prices to at least 15 a month. Y'all tripping. I don't know if y'all I don't know who y'all niggas owe money to. But y'all gotta get it together. Them prices ain't it, cuz. But Jenkins said, "Profit, that's funny." But yeah, I kept repeating the question about Shakur versus Padley, and Anonymous was getting on my head. They were like, "Who the fuck is Padley?" Oh shit. Well, I guess I get you. You figure something out, brother. You figure something out. You seen that shit coming from. You know what I mean? That's what prophets do. They see shit coming from miles away, and they speak on it. You know what I'm saying? That boy Robert Jenkins really a prophet for that. Saint Robert. Call that boy Saint Robert Jenkins. That boy out here talking that shit weeks ahead of time. You heard? Kai said, "Will Shakur stock go down if he don't stop this dude?" That's actually a good question, Kai. Now, this is the thing. Shakur has never been like this big time finisher. So I don't understand why. So in one way, it's like, bro, why y'all putting these expectations on this type of guy when his style isn't based around getting a knockout? That's first of all. Second of all, Josh Padley is not. Who's to say that he's out of shape? He probably been in the gym this whole time. He's probably in fight shape. He probably was getting ready for another fight prior to this, so he may be very much ready. But if he doesn't get the stoppage, it's gonna open some avenues up for criticism. You know what I mean? Not specifically for me, because I'm the type of dude that as long as you win and you win in convincing fashion, you're not really gonna hear a word out of me, because at the end of the day, there's more than one way to win. I think that these new age boxer fans, they just infatuated with the knockout. And it is the ultimate way to win. Let's not get it, misconstrued, confused, anything like that. But there's more than one way to win, y'all. That's why we have judges. You see what I'm saying? We have judges so they can rule who's the winner at the end of the day. It's not always about the knockout, especially with somebody with a style like Shakur Stevenson. If he's not your cup of tea in terms of, boxing styles, that's completely fine. It's your prerogative to choose who you like as a boxing fan. However, trying to put these unrealistic expectations on Shakur Stevenson to always get the knockout, or automatically assume that he's supposed to stop Josh Padley. What if Josh Padley is an extremely durable guy? What if he got a great chin? What if Shakur Stevenson's power doesn't seem to phase somebody like Josh Padley? Then what? Because that could very possibly be the case. Has Josh Padley ever been knocked out? That man's an undefeated fighter as far as I'm concerned. So he's gonna give Shakur Stevenson a little bit of trouble in itself, because typically undefeated fighters are extremely stubborn. They never lost in a professional setting. You know what I'm saying? So with that being known, he's gonna put up a good fight before he makes uh he makes his mind up, and is gonna say, "Yeah, all right, man, I'm ready to get out of here. I don't want to fight no more." You see what I mean? Is it possible for Shakur to get the stoppage? Absolutely, absolutely. Shakur Stevenson is sharp. He lets his hands go, and he's precise with his punches. Accumulation is a motherfucker. That shit could catch up and really get Josh Padley up out of the mix. You see what I'm saying? It's very possible, but it's almost like y'all setting up Shakur Stevenson for failure, because at the end of the day, he's never been this dynamic puncher. He's never been a knockout artist, and he's never had this high knockout ratio. You see what I mean? So, regardless of whether it's 4 days notice or not, we can't really. It's almost like y'all want to criticize him. Padley just landed in Saudi. Damn. Okay, so he in the building. He there. He ready to rumble. You feel me? So, um, as long as in my I don't know how anybody else is gonna carry it. I think the cool thing now is to hate on Shakur Stevenson and shit like that. But me personally, like talking to me, Mazuma TV, as long as he wins, right, convincingly, and is in a dominant fashion, I will salute him for the win. You know what I'm saying? I just think people too hell bent on the knockouts, bro. It's almost like these boxer fans, how the way they carry it today is like, if you don't get knockouts, you a bum. And it's like that's definitely not the case. Or if you don't get knockouts, you boring. Shakur Stevenson could put on an exciting bout just by beating the shit out of dude for 12 rounds. We've seen exciting 12-round fights that have went the distance. It don't always need to be a knockout involved uh for it to be an exciting show. You feel what I'm saying? Jadier Rivera, the fans said they wanted him instead. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, Josh Padley's resume is better than Jadier Herrera's. I think his name is Herrera. I don't think it's Rivera. Let me see. So let's look up this kid, Jadier Herrera. You feel what I'm saying? Now, this is what a lot of people get confused, right? So Jadier Herrera, he has a better ranking than Josh Padley. He's ranked number one in Cuba at lightweight. He's younger, all this good stuff, right? But when we really assess resumes, right? Who has the better bodies on their resume? Josh Padley or Jadier Herrera? Because when I'm looking over Jadier Herrera's resume, he got two debuts, a 2 and 3, a 14 and 11, 18 and 12, 30 and 15, 15 and 2. Okay, that's solid. 14 and 6, 21 and 8, 12 and 4, 10 and 3, 10 and 7. He has an 8 and 0. Cool. 11 and 1, 31 and 5, and now he's about to fight a 21 and 3 on March 15th, out in Liverpool. So, this dude got a high knockout ratio. He packed up a lot of these dudes. Let's not get it mistaken, but if we talking about quality names on resumes, Josh Padley got that. Who does Jadier Herrera have on his resume that's better than Mark Chamberlain? Come on, let's be serious. Like, okay, Jadier Herrera, and it doesn't matter that Jadier Herrera. Wait, hold up. I'm sorry, I got caught up in the comments. Let me see. Let me see what's being said. My fault. It's really hard to see. It's very hard to see. What if Shakur knock him out? Then it's a great performance. That's a great statement for him. He definitely needs a knockout if he wants to, appease boxing fans because a lot of boxing fans have been unsatisfied with him, in general lately. Not from me, because like I said, I'm all about, the victory and getting it in, convincing fashion, whether it's a pretty win or it's an ugly win, as long as you get the win and you get the win convincingly, I ain't tripping. Jadier Herrera has a fight lined up, but yeah, he could easily toss that fight to the side to fight Shakur. So I'm not gonna use that as an excuse. You know, did y'all see what Majimov did? Majimov act like he was sick to turn down Bohachuk so he could fight Virgil. You see what I'm saying? Anonymous said, no, I didn't want that to be honest. That probably would have been similar to the Edwin performance if they pick Herrera. Dude got similar style. Okay, that's cool. But I do think like when we look it over, just look through Josh Padley's resume and Jadier Herrera's resume, and you tell me, who got the more impressive feats. You feel what I'm saying? In terms of not features, nigga. I know there's a lot of y'all fetish having motherfuckers around here. Y'all heard feats and y'all got all excited. No, features. You see what I'm saying? Um, who does Jadier Herrera have on his resume that's better than a Mark Chamberlain? Come on. He's beating undefeated guys. Got a 14 and 0, a 16 and 0, a 6 and 0. Like he making it happen. He actually stopped one of these undefeated guys. So, Josh Padley might not be the big knockout puncher or pack the same punch that Jadier Herrera has, but when we talking about what they actually did in the ring, Padley's resume is a little bit more eye-opening to me. Green Boy said Eddie said in an interview too that they was talking to Jadier Herrera team and they didn't respond back quickly enough. Oh, well, they lost their spot. You know, when somebody looking for a fight on 4 days' notice, man, it's pretty much first come, first serve. You feel what I mean? If you don't pick up that phone and another motherfucker do, you got your spot took. That's just how that shit work. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I've done matchmaking. I've done matchmaking at amateur shows and shit like that. And when fights fall out, especially when it gets close to the fight date, we trying to get whatever opponent we can. So if I'm hitting up fighter A, B, and C pick up before A and B, I'm going with C. Even if A and B pick up later on, it's like first come, first serve. What is we doing? Robert Jenkins said Josh Padley still got power because he dropped Chamberlain. He's actually dropped a lot of his opponents when you look at BoxRec. A lot of them end up getting put down. Now, that don't necessarily mean that he got power. Maybe he got a sneaky shot in his arsenal. Maybe he got speed and they can't see his punches. It could be a lot of things, but um, Shit, if you putting motherfuckers down, you putting motherfuckers down. It don't really matter. Maybe he got some pop. He probably just not a good finisher. Just because you got power don't mean you a great finisher. I know plenty, bro. I know, and it's so crazy. I know some guys who have really low knockout ratios in the pros, but could punch like a son of a bitch. Why is that? Because you having punching power doesn't correlate or equate to you being a good finisher. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. Pro box main event just had an awful early stoppage. Man, that shit is way too common nowadays, man. That shit, it really makes you think what these referees be having in mind and stuff like that. You know how like these NBA refs and these NFL refs be getting caught up in like, betting schemes and shit like that, bro. I wonder if we was to do like an in-depth investigation on these referees that, ref for the IBF and all these different sanctioning bodies. I wonder what we would come up with, man. I wonder what we would come up with. That shit is very interesting to me. Green Boy says, should they push a core fight down the card now? Like in terms of like order? In terms of order, I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question, but regardless, Floyd Schofield wasn't the best opponent in react. Like if we being honest, like Floyd Schofield wasn't the best opponent selection anyway. So they might as well just keep him where he at. Shakur Stevenson is still a three-division world champion. He's popular amongst the masses. He's known by, and to be honest with you, like, of course, he ain't no pay-per-view draw and shit like that. But, amongst my friends, I'm known as the boxing guy, and I got a lot of friends that's casual boxing fans, and they're aware of who Shakur Stevenson is. You feel what I'm saying? They might not have seen his fights, but they've heard of him before because Shakur has successfully attached his name to guys who are bigger names like Gervonta Davis. So just him being a name alone, and just just putting some respect on his name and what he's accomplished for the sport, he shouldn't be dropped down from the list for real. You know what I'm saying? Even Paulie on commentary said that the ref have a parlay. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Paulie, I don't fuck with Paulie. Great commentator, but I don't really fuck with him as a person for them racist statements he put out not a few years back. But Paulie be on to the corruption of boxing. That's one thing he's always been on point with. You know what I'm saying? He always been on point with the corruption in the sport of boxing. He's called it out while he was world champion, while he was active as a fighter. He's called it out in commentary. He's called it out during retirement. You know what I'm saying? So Paulie be knowing what be going on. Him, Teddy Atlas, all them dudes, they've been exposing the corruption of boxing for years, and ain't shit really changing, bro. As long as wherever there's money, there's corruption, yo. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta find a way to hold these motherfuckers' feet to the fire, man. Stop letting these referees get it. Like referees, when they do controversial shit, like what's happening on that pro box main event, they should be interviewed just like the fighters in the ring and really be pressured into answering questions. Like these referees and these judges get to do whatever the fuck they want and face no type of consequences unless they do something like, CJ Ross, scoring Floyd and Canelo a draw and shit like that. And that, like, of course, they're gonna penalize them people. I mean, outrageous shit like that, they're gonna penalize. But when they giving you bullshit scorecards that for sure ain't real, or these referees do these premature stoppages, and bro, they need to be held accountable. They need to be held accountable, y'all. Like, really think about it. These dudes do whatever they want, and then they can just walk away with very little consequences. These dudes be training their ass off in hopes to get a victory, as to be prepared prepared as well as possible, just for y'all to come around and fuck them over, bro. That shit is not cool, bro. That's time that they cannot get back. And you possibly could have fucked up their opportunity to really make something of themselves or really make the best out of their opportunities. So, it is what it is, man. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, Yeah, man. Shakur Stevenson to face Josh Padley. What do y'all think about Jaron Ennis and Stanionis' face off? Did y'all hear the interaction that these guys had? These guys faced off. Boots is a little bigger than Stanionis, but not nothing too crazy. Definitely a little taller than him, but Stanionis is a solid size, welterweight. And one of the first things that Jaron Ennis did was touch Stanionis' belt. He said, "Yeah, keep that belt warm and all that shit." Stanionis talking about, "Yeah, I'm gonna take your belt." They going back and forth. And Boots was like, "You want to bet your purse?" He said, "I'm not the betting man." Hold on, that sounded a little bit Irish. He said, "I am not the betting man." You know what I mean? That motherfucker Stani Onis cold, ain't he? That motherfucker sound like a cold killer. I was telling niggas in the group chat that he sound like that. He sound just like that Russian hitman off Equalizer, bro. In that first Equalizer movie when Denzel took out that Russian cartel, and then they sent the head nigga from Russia sent the hitman over to try to get rid of Denzel. Trying to tell you, Stanionis sounded just like dude. I was like, whoo, that motherfucker, and he sound confident as hell. And, he was being humble at the same time. I guess Boots heard what Stanionis had said in the interview. And he was like, you saying I got flaws? Stanionis is like, we all got flaws. There ain't no perfect fighter. Yeah, I mean, we all make mistakes. And Boots was like, you better not make a mistake that night. I was like, ooh, wait. We got ourselves a fight, ladies and gentlemen. The best fight to be made in the welterweight division, in my opinion. Two of the best champions in the division, in my opinion, Jaron Ennis versus Stanionis. I know Brian Norman popping his shit and Mario Barrio somewhere sucking on his thumb, being quiet. You know what I'm saying? Because, Barrio don't want no smoke. He try to hold on to that belt as long as he can. Uh, um, best fight to be made in the welterweight division, man. What can I say? He said, pause. Watch him pull out pause. Wait, who? Said, yo, don't be bringing that up, man. Why you putting that juju out there, coffee plant? You don't want Stani Onis to pull out, cuz. We already seen Schofield do that. We don't need to hear that again. Come on, man. Tighten up. Tighten up, man. Don't be putting that shit out there, man. Stani Onis, yeah, I know he's Lithuanian, but I'm saying like how the way he was speaking, how the way he spoke, he sounded like that Russian hitman off the Equalizer. They sounded real similar. I know he Lithuanian though. I've been doing my homework. I've been doing my homework on Stani Onis. But he sounded just like him. When he sat at the table with Denzel, and Denzel was like, "When you look at me, what do you see?" After he done killed like two of his mans in the parking lot. You feel what I'm saying? So Stanionis a cold gangster. He sound like he ready. You know what I mean? He sees some holes in Jaron Ennis's game that he feel like he can exploit. Of course, Boots is as confident as can be. He feel like he could uh get rid of anybody who's in his way. So we in for a hell of a fight, man. The WBA is on the line. The IBF title is on the line. They put the Ring Magazine belt on the line because it's between the number one and the number two guy in the division. So it's a lot. It's a lot at stake, man. And I think Boots is gonna have a really good performance, man. I think he's gonna definitely show out and show that not only is he the best welterweight in the division, but he's one of the best in the world. Period. You see what I'm saying? I really think Boots is like that. I don't think there's many people that have what Boots has in his arsenal. I don't think a lot of them is as talented as him. There's not many people who's as fast, explosive, elusive. It's like, and I know he hasn't been showing it against Evanesian and Karen, and shit like that. But I've seen what I've seen with Boots for many years now. We've seen in his best performances, like the Romain Villa performance, the Armando Alvarez performance, and stuff like that. And I know they're not the most notable guys, but man, Boots, one of the most well-rounded people in the world of boxing. You can't really name too many people who has it all in one package like Jaron Ennis. If we being serious, like if we really being objective, we really keeping it a buck. You feel what I mean? So I'm hella excited for that fight, man. April 12th. Unfortunately, I won't be making it to that fight neither because I had my son that weekend, y'all. Yeah, that's right. I was this close to getting a ticket with one of my homies that I trained, but just didn't work out that way, man. So I'll be at home watching it with y'all, doing a live fight reaction, give you guys my post fight reaction. But eventually, 'cause I'm sure Boots is gonna have plenty more fights on the East Coast. I'll be out to see a Jaron Ennis fight for sure. Milan says Shakira fighting an electrician. You see that though? Shakur got some haters, man. Shakur definitely got some haters. It's like, who did you expect the motherfucker to fight? It's like they wanted it's like they wanted him to fight Tank on 4 days' notice. They wanted him to fight Loma on 4 days' notice. Like, none of these motherfuckers gonna step up to the plate and he still gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? Who was the best scenario? I think Josh Padley, in my opinion, is the best scenario. What do y'all guys think? Because it was really between two guys. Jadier Herrera, who they said wasn't responding enough in a timely manner. And then we got Josh Padley. Come on, man. Like, what is we doing? Like, who? He's literally best case scenario for a 4 days notice, but we still having people who don't know shit about boxing, who's never conducted business in boxing, never threw a punch in their fucking life, out here trying to talk shit for what? He's the wrong person to be criticizing right now. Why is Shakur? You know what's so funny? I'm on Twitter. I'm on the Twitter boxing timeline, just getting the gist of what people saying, and I'm seeing more people criticize Shakur than Schofield. I said, how the fuck that shit work, bro? Boxing fans, like their mentalities are so ass backwards, bro. Like when you think they supposed to go one way, they go another. I swear to God, bro. Like y'all niggas was and I knew this shit was bad back when they was defending Ryan. When they started defending Ryan because they hated Devin so much, I was like, yo, that really opened my eyes. Like I already knew that boxing fans wasn't shit, a lot of them, especially in the Twitter space. But when I saw that, I was like, wow, like we really fucked up as the people, cuz. I said, damn, we really fucked up as the people. And these niggas criticizing Shakur. We know Twitter boxing toxic. But we get some good information on there for some good reporters. You see what I mean? Hassan Wells be doing this thing. Ring Magazine providing a lot of, great news as well, timely news. You know what I mean? So I go on there to check out what's going on. And there's a few other, Dan the Boxing Man and shit like that I'll be checking out online to see what they got going on and shit like that. you know, they doing their thing. So I go on there to check it out because even though it's a toxic environment, they still got some great information to check up on as well. And there's a lot of good sources. You just gotta filter out the bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? Dudes are actually believing that Shakur poisoned Schofield. These dudes are wild. This is what Ralph said. Now I actually seen that too. And it's like, bro, this is how you know it's so easy to manipulate boxing fans. Like it's so easy to manipulate boxing fans. You can literally tell them anything, and if they about a fighter, and if they dislike that fighter, they'll run with it. Like if they dislike, let's say they dislike Tank, and you be like, yo, this nigga Tank just killed 8 people. He just lit up a supermarket. They'll be with no credible sources. And I know that's an extreme ass example, but let's say that, it's out there and they're saying that. Or Shakur, Tank just pulled out, Tank just admitted to ducking Devin Haney. And he never admitted to ducking Devin Haney or anything like that. People gonna come out and they gonna run with this story. Thierry Scott said, "Are y'all aware if you get caught with drugs in Saudi, you get whippings?" Um, I've heard, I've heard that. I don't know if that's true, but if that's the case, maybe you shouldn't bring drugs to Saudi Arabia. That's letting you know that that shit is not tolerated over there. That's a different world. So this ain't, a lot of people they really spoiled by, the US and, the rights that, citizens have in the US and stuff like that. So they think it's like that all around the world. No, there's some crazy ass places there. If you go doing the wrong shit over there, you will be penalized in a brutal way. So if that's the case, like if you can't, like if you really getting whippings like a slave, so bringing drugs to Saudi Arabia, common sense should tell you not to bring drugs to Saudi Arabia. Like for you to do that, you gotta be a ballsy motherfucker for one. And two is like you an idiot, bro. You an idiot. When Lil Floyd was tripping, they should have had a backup dude just like Devin did. What does it matter? They got I mean, they got their replacement though, bullies. I see what you're saying. But they ended up getting their replacement anyway, so I guess it worked out, right? They saying Josh Padley just touched down to Saudi. What? That's crazy. You said they still cut niggas' heads over there. Look, I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know. T said straight from construction. That's crazy. Y'all shitting on this man opponent. Y'all acting like he's some type of journeyman or something. This like y'all know at a lower level, y'all niggas like I hope a lot of y'all niggas know that when these are pro boxers at a lower level and they not making much money, they still gotta feed their families, right? A lot of these boxers at a lower level, they got jobs. And for those of y'all who talking that crazy shit, Joe Smith Jr. was a he was in construction as well out there in New York and beat the shit out Bernard Hopkins. You know, what was that dude that he upset it? Way it was a white boy way back. He stopped him. It was on a PBC card too. Let me see. Joe Smith Jr. became a world champion, cuz. And he was in construction. So what is we even talking about? Was his name like Fanfara or some shit like that? Let me see. What was his name? Yeah, it was Fanfara. I remember he stopped. He upset him. He stopped him. Then he went right after that and he retired Bernard Hopkins. And he beat Jesse Hart. Jesse Hart was ranked like number one at 168. I think he one of the top ranked guys at light heavyweight right now. Jesse Hart right now is ranked number two in the country and in the top 10 at light heavyweight right now. Joe Smith beat him. You feel me? He Dobson, a firefighter. I did not know that. Stipe, I know he's a firefighter. And I'm sure Stipe a millionaire or close to it. They said Padley got work tomorrow. Y'all niggas funny as shit. I didn't know that Pete Dawson was a firefighter though. That's what's up. Good money in that firefighter shit. I can't stand firefighters though. Fuck them. I gotta watch Josh Padley though. I gotta see what he bring to the table. See what he could give Shakur some problems with. See his little yeah, niggas crazy. Homie just got off work. Nigga say he punched the clock and hopped on the plane. That's crazy. He had to request some days off. Hey man, I need off from the 22nd to the 25th. I need off 3 days actually. Damn, my fucking palm itching like a motherfucker. I hope that means I'm about to get some money. Shit. How they find out so quick? I'm sure it's a quick Google search that motherfuckers could figure that out. Sadly on Task Rabbit. Holy shit. Yeah. Ripping. What is wrong with y'all? I ain't hear that shit in a minute. They go on Task Rabbit. He getting that turkey money, he could fire his boss. Well, that's the good thing. Maybe he could say goodbye to construction after this shit. Hey, look, man. What's that shit say? What was that quote? something along the lines of preparation and opportunity. Padley was he was present, man. He was at the right place at the right time. You just gotta salute him for that, man. Y'all gotta salute him for that. Why we shitting on the man for having a job? Don't half y'all niggas got jobs? That's the thing. It's like these niggas shitting on an electrician. It's a strong likelihood that the average electrician makes more than you. Like electricians, especially where I'm from, electricians make a shit ton of money where I'm from. Whereas the Shakur fight on Indeed, y'all niggas crazy. Did y'all ever see that meme? He was like, I applied for, he said, this nigga said, I applied for a WWE match on Indeed, and now I'm about to fight like Randy Orton or some shit. It was some funny shit like that, bro. It's hilarious. Hagler had a 9 to 5, but those days was different. They were still making a shit ton of money back in the day, though. Hagler, Hearns, they was getting paid. Hagler, Hearns, Leonard, them niggas was they was in a big money era for sure. But then even when Hagler retired, he went into acting. He moved to Italy and became an actor. There's a lot of Italian movies that that Marvin Hagler was starred in. Welding is a good job. I ain't gonna lie, I applied to be an electrician for the union like what, close to 2 years ago. I passed the written exam. There was a aptitude test, which was considered very difficult. I got past it. I passed it. And then when I sat down and did the interview with all them people, we was having lunch. Man, we was having a good conversation. We was even talking boxing. Because they asked what I did outside of boxing. I mean, they asked what I did outside of, trying to get this opportunity. I told them I own a boxing gym. They said they knew some people that own boxing gyms, and I knew the people that they was talking about. So we was having a good conversation. So I was like, shit, I might have just got it. Then I got a letter probably like 3 months after that, like, oh, you know, we decided to look another way. I'm like, damn, thought I had that shit in the bag because that shit was cake, bro. Because um, if you got accepted, you do the classes and you learn. You don't need any experience. You learn through the classes, and you getting paid the whole time. You getting paid. You getting paid to learn. Then eventually, you graduate from those classes, and then you start really putting them skills to use. Yeah, bro, they benefits out this world. Aircraft mechanic. I know somebody that's an aircraft mechanic, but he's in the military. I think he in the Air Force. Upset top rank heavyweight. What? Johnny Rice with security and still knock coffee out. And this the thing too. Like I got a fighter that dude that's a barber that'll beat the shit out half these niggas talking shit online right now. I got another one that works for Amazon, will beat the shit out more than half the niggas that's on here right now. I got a nigga that do landscaping that'll beat the shit out half the niggas that's talking crazy right now. So it's like, bro, y'all should. I want to know when having a 9 to 5 was ever corny. Cause growing up, niggas who ain't had shit going on was corny. Yeah, he giving out real fades. He didn't get a knockout his last fight, but the last few fights he had before that, he was on a knockout streak, sparking shit. Holy Head said, "I'm a barber who fight too." There was a fighter by the name of Victor Vasquez from Philadelphia. He had like a lopsided record and shit like that. But his name was the Fighting Barber. He was a barber. And there was a small period of time where I was getting my hair cut with my step pop. And he was a barber at that same shop. Nigga used to come in every weekend with black eyes. I'm like, God damn. Man, you say you know someone with 3 jobs? Yeah, I do. I don't know who. Wait, who was I referring to that had 3 jobs? Who was it that I was talking about? Who got 3 jobs? Because it's clicking in my head, but I don't remember who it was. Who you want to see Emiliano Vargas fight next? I still think he in a developmental stage of his career. So as long as there's somebody, credible. Well, I'm not gonna say credible, but at least somebody that he could learn from in order to continue growing. You really can't go wrong. The whole thing is to not rush these guys, man. Don't rush Emiliano like they rushed his father because that shit derailed his career. For those of y'all who know. Johnny Rice beat a guy called Coffee. Yeah, Michael Coffee. Johnny Rice beat the shit out of Michael Coffee. But you know what was crazy? Michael Coffee beat the shit out of like a top heavyweight like we had out of Philly at one time named Darmani Rock. Darmani Rock was signed with Rock Nation. And Darmani Rock fought on that PBC card, he got punished by the dude Michael Coffey. Michael Coffey, I think he was in the military, and yo, he fought Johnny Rice, bro, and Johnny Rice was I don't know, man. Johnny Rice whooped Michael ass though. Met Michael Coffey too. We was all in the bubble together in LA, bro. That same day that Atif made his pro debut on PBC, Michael Coffey fought Darmani Rock. Michael Coffey, a big motherfucker, bro. Yeah, niggas is clowns, bro. Niggas who clown 9 to 5s, niggas who clown 9 to 5s, they goofies, bro. I can't fuck with people like that. Because the reality is how the way this system set up, y'all niggas need jobs, cuz. With the times that we in, motherfuckers struggling to buy eggs, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas struggling to pay to buy eggs. Y'all niggas all need jobs. For real, unless y'all living off of the government or y'all living off of y'all parents and shit. But it's corny. Niggas be I don't know, bro. I don't know. Niggas just weird. That's all I'm gonna say. But we got any more? Let's get into some open boxing topics, man. Uh Once I get off of here, I'm gonna figure out how to get this shit going so I could go live from my laptop. My laptop giving me, let me see something. So if I was attempting to go live off my laptop, it says connect streaming software to go live. What streaming software? Viewers will be able to find stream setup help. Yeah, let me see what's going on. Download and set up your streaming software. My MacBook has a webcam though. I can't use that. I don't know. I gotta figure this shit out. Rolly confirmed May 2nd. He been did that. He been did that. He been did that. I told y'all here. He confirmed it with me. Marissa said, wait. What you mean May 2nd? Wait. Yeah, I think school isn't always worth the investment either, depending on your situation. Absolutely. And I think that if we've been brainwashed, especially my generation, to go to college after high school and, you know, you're not going to be successful or do anything productive unless you go to college and shit like that, which is complete bullshit. You know what I mean? It all depends on what you want to do in life. If you want to be a chef, culinary school might be the route you might have to go. If you want to be a physician or a physician's assistant, college has to be the route you're gonna go. Like if you want those type of jobs, yeah, college is mandatory. However, if you find a passion in being a mechanic, if you find a passion in uh detailing, landscaping, uh, shit like that. I don't know if you necessarily need college for that. And I know a lot of people who got bachelor degrees, master's degrees, and the shit that they got their bachelors and masters in, they not, bro, they not that field that they getting this degree in. They not even having jobs that pertain to that degree. So you literally got that degree for no fucking reason. And then you 50, 60, $70,000 in debt and you gotta pay that shit off. And it's gonna take years for you to pay that shit off while you working a job that this degree not even fucking for. Like you like I know people that got um like a bachelor's in business administration, but they a receptionist at a dentist office. Like what the fuck what? I don't know, bro. I don't know. College is a big ass scam. It all depends on what you want to do in life. Like if my son be like, "Yo, I want to be a baker." All right, we gonna put you in the right situation to be the best baker you could be. Or I want to be a chef. All right, we gonna put you in the best position. All right, I want to be an artist. Like I want to paint. All right, we gonna get your art out here and really make you. You know what I'm saying? We gonna push you to be the best artist you could be. Especially with social media, bro. You can maximize your fucking dollars doing anything, bro. Like y'all ever see that Patrick Killing nigga? I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say his name like that because he white. From the UK, he was a former boxer, and he paints other boxers. His name like Patrick Killing or some shit like that. Bro, he's phenomenal. He's phenomenal. Like parents before they be like, oh, there ain't no money in that. You need to get a job or a career that you make a lot of money. Bro, you can make money doing anything now. Big money too. Uh, he said, I want my future son to play soccer for the Barcelona team. It's too early to know what my son wants to do. I do want him to try baseball though. I don't want him to be in boxing. Can't imagine my son getting punched, bro. I might lose my shit. I don't know if I could separate being a father and a coach. I might change my mind, but he's definitely gonna know how to box, but you know, he gonna be solid at it. Because self-defense is part of your development as a man, in my opinion. I think if you lack self-defense, you're doing yourself a disservice. You know what I mean? Because as a man, you should be able to defend yourself well enough to protect your family if shit go wrong. So I'm gonna definitely teach my son that. But in terms of like what he wants to do with his life, that's ultimately up to him. It's his life. I can't tell him what to do. But I want him to try baseball. He always keeps a little tennis ball on him. He likes to throw it, run after it, catch it. Bro, he's 1 years old. He catches like the tennis ball that I got. I'll throw it, like I'll bounce it off the floor, then he'll catch it. Boom. Then he'll throw it. He 1 years old, bro. How many 1 year olds y'all know catching it? Like really catching at his age, bro. Tennis is a sport to get into. I'm gonna need some help with that if he end up wanting to do that. How do I feel about Floyd pulling out of the fight? Chase Gotti, I already spoke about that, man. Like I said, it's an unfortunate situation. And regardless of whether he was sick or not, it does make him look bad. And I think his stock is gonna take a dramatic loss. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gonna go down the drain. Uh due to all the talking and shit that they was doing. You feel what I mean? Things do happen, but it's just when you run your mouth and you making it seem like people scared of you and you avoid it and all this stuff, and then when you get the biggest opportunity of your career, you're looking for a way out. Um, it's a bad look. It's a bad look. But I spoke about that. You got the best boxing channel because you ain't biased, bro. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I'm gonna just say Jama. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Abdina, sir. Abdina, sir. Hopefully I said that right. Shout out to Jama. Teach him self-defense for sure. Oh, that's without a doubt. My son gonna be a hell of a boxer. That's on some real shit. When it comes to this coaching shit, I got this shit. I got this shit on lock. I'm gonna start showing y'all my fighters and shit, man. I got one of the best stables in the city. This one of the best boxing cities in the country, in the world. So imagine what I got. T said, good question, because I see Benavidez training his son. I'm like, nah, bro. I wouldn't want my son to box. Well, there's people that uh would prefer to have their kids in boxing. And like I said, if my son wants to box, then I'm gonna respect that. But and he'll be influenced by boxing because he's in the gym all the time. So it might become a thing where he might grow interest. Uh, but I'm not gonna like be sitting there like encouraging him to do it. I want him to explore different avenues before we come to the conclusion that we doing boxing. You see what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna force it on him at all. That's stressful to think about. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't, as a father, you don't want to see your son in them dangerous situations. And my father was the same way. He didn't want me to do anything with boxing. My dad was like, "You smart, man. Just if you're gonna be a part of boxing, just focus on the business side. Don't do that." I didn't listen for the most part, but I didn't end up, fully going through with boxing anyway. If y'all know. But um, I see what my father was saying. I didn't understand it when I was young and childless, but now that I have a child, I know exactly what he was talking about. I see a lot more clearly, uh, like the father figures in my life, my father, my stepfather. I see they've told me things when I was younger that I didn't necessarily understand. But now being a young man and shit and having a son to look after, a 1-year old, you get a good understanding of where they was coming from. When you're young, we feel like we right. That's a fact. And I was stubborn too, so especially with my mom. My mom was very strict and wanted me to do things her way. And I just couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. So yeah, it was a difficult situation. And she didn't really support my boxing venture neither. So that was tough too, but it is what it is. But I'm gonna actually get up out of here, man. I appreciate the 37 people that's in the building. If y'all can hit the like button on the way out, that'd be very much appreciated. You see what I'm saying? This is a different format. This is a different type of live, but I promise you, I'll be back with another live. Be back at y'all with the real and knowledgeable. This is where the real and knowledgeable boxing talk is, man. So if y'all appreciate the content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We do this on a daily basis, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mazuma TV is live, chopping it up with the people, engaging with the people, breaking down what's going on in the boxing world and providing the objective opinions that the boxing world needs, man. Y'all have a blessed, beautiful night. I'm out of here, man. Peace.